Hey guys, it was good. Triple J boxing. So just watched Claressa the Goat Shields versus Vanessa Lepage-Joanisse, fellow Canadian. Was rooting for her, didn't really know much about her, but she was the heavyweight champion, which was kind of surprising because if you look at these two girls, I mean, Claressa looked noticeably bigger. Like if you were to show a casual or someone who doesn't watch boxing, if you were to show them this fight, they would assume that Claressa Shields was the heavyweight champion, not Vanessa Lepage-Joanisse. But apparently they were both 5'6", 175. That's what the women's heavyweight division is, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert on women's boxing, guys. But yeah, I assumed it's not going to be. They're not going to be over 200 pounds, right? It'd be hard to find a lot of women that are athletic that are that kind of weight. But yeah, they were both the same height, apparently, according to the tale of the tape on DAZN. Claressa had a 68-inch reach. This girl, Vanessa, had a 63.5. So that's obviously a big reach advantage for Claressa. But, I mean, they didn't look like they were the same height at all, if you ask me. It looked like Claressa was noticeably bigger. I mean, it kind of, like, unless the other girl, Vanessa Joanesse, she was more crouched, so maybe it appeared like she was a lot shorter, but I don't think so, guys. I think legitimately Claressa Shields, if she's 5'6", this girl had to be like 5'3", because we all know the heights are never accurate in a lot of sports. They lie about the height. It's misinformation. It's never their true height. A lot of the time, I notice, not just in boxing but in other sports, they lie about their height. But yeah, this was I don't know. This girl was the champ, the heavyweight WBC heavyweight champ. I think Claressa had her belt at light heavyweight, and yeah, she easily won. It wasn't even exciting to watch, to be honest, guys. It was so anticlimactic. I really wanted a good show because I don't watch, to be honest, guys. Like, I'm not against it. I don't watch women boxing as much. I just don't get as excited as I would for the male boxing, right? And I know some people will maybe, I don't know, hate on me for saying that, but I just don't get as excited. Maybe it's the marketing, maybe it's the lack of knockout power. Because I notice when it comes to MMA and UFC, I kind of like I like seeing the women fight more there because like you see submissions, you see knockouts more, you know, and I don't know for some reason boxing it hasn't caught up to speed yet. Whereas in MMA, I'm not saying the women MMA is fully on the level of the men, like excitement wise, the hype. It's not there, but at least it's like you actually want to see a lot of the time the women fight, and I think that might have started with Ronda Rousey. That might have been what she really pioneered a lot of the excitement. I must say, even though she had a quick downfall, she was undefeated for a little bit there. And I'm just gonna go off topic here, guys, a little bit. Well, not off topic, but I'm just gonna talk more about. It's funny that I brought up Ronda Rousey, and I remember her saying that she could beat the men, and we bring up the question, the same thing with Claressa Shields. She says she can beat some of the men, and she thinks she could beat Keith Thurman, which that's just a joke. That's laughable. Keith Thurman could have one arm and could be 60 years old, and he's beating Claressa Shields. Let's be honest, guys. She's got, 3 knockouts now, and she's going to somehow beat Keith Thurman, who is a very hard puncher. It's just a totally different level, the men. They're more athletic, the better reflexes. It comes down to science, too, guys. I'm not shitting on the women. I'm just mean, like, the men have a clear advantage. And, like, I'm not hating on Claressa, but for her to say that, and I know you, if you're a fighter, if you're a boxer, you think you can beat anybody, and I don't hate on her for saying. To be honest, guys, she should believe that she can beat anybody, but as a critic on the outside, it is silly. I'll just say leave it at that. She cannot beat Keith Thurman, and Ronda Rousey could not beat the men. And look what happened. Give it a little bit more time, Ronda Rousey lost. Give it a little bit more time, Claressa will lose. Right? That's just the way it goes. Like, how many fights does she have, guys? I think what's her record? Yeah, she's 14-0 going into the fight. Now she's 15-0, 3 KOs, and she was facing a girl that was 7-1. And you're telling me, and I know they're calling her the greatest woman of all time, which I don't know if you can really argue with that. I don't know. I'm not a women's boxing historian, but I don't know if you can argue with that. Maybe she is the best ever. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I haven't looked into the women boxing, but it seems like I can't name any other woman at the top of my head that's better than her, to be honest, in the past or right now. So maybe that is the quote suits her. But what I'm saying is, imagine if a man had 14 fights and he was considered the best ever. That would never happen. You know that, guys. Like, the best ever, in a lot of people's opinion, is Sugar Ray Robinson. And how many fights did he have? He had over 100. Didn't he have like almost 200? I don't even know at the top of my head, but he had way over 100, I'm pretty sure. And he had to put all that work into that, but you got her 14-0 and she's the best ever already, 15-0 now. I mean, like I said, I don't it just doesn't have the competition pool as the men do. So I guess you can't really hate on that, I guess, but it's just that would never happen with the men, and for her to say she can beat Keith Thurman is just ridiculous, but she should have that confidence. I'll give her that. But yeah, back to the fight. It was a letdown. The girl, Vanessa Lepage, what is it, Lepage? I don't even know her name now. Vanessa Lepage-Joanisse, fellow Canadian. I was hoping she would put up more of a fight. It was kind of disappointing because it looked like she started getting wild in round 2, and then that very beautiful short right hand by Claressa timed it perfectly, very short inside, kind of downward, and that was it. The right hand did all the work. I think she did land the left hook, the left hand a couple times as she was throwing her combinations, Claressa, but the right hand started off both of the 2 hard knockdowns. The third knockdown wasn't even really a knockdown. It looked more of like a slip. The punch didn't really land that clean, but the corner was going to step in and wave, throwing the towel. So I just wish Vanessa Lepage-Joanisse put up more of a fight, because she didn't look that concussed or that hurt, is what I'm saying. Because when she got up, her eyes were clear. She looked like she was there. The legs were still there. The body looked fine. Mentally, she looked there, but I don't know. Every time she got tagged, she just was falling down. So maybe the legs weren't there. But what I'm saying, guys, she didn't look that hurt, but she was going down. So it was anticlimactic. It was kind of disappointing. I wanted more of a fight. Obviously, I was picking Claressa to win because I don't really know the other girl, even though I was gonna root for her just because she was Canadian, but I really didn't know her, to be honest. And to be honest, do I not like Claressa or not? I mean, she's cocky. She showboats a lot, even before the fight. Some people might rub them the wrong way. I like more of the humble approach. Like, I like more of the Eastern European fighters, because that's how I am. I'm more just like robotic, calm, show no emotion. Even when I win, I'd just be like this. That's it. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I'd be like, that's it. That's all the celebration. You know what I mean? But that's just me. That's what I get. That's just my, I don't know. Maybe all your Eastern Europeans are like that. I don't know. And that's me. But yeah, it doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean like, yeah, sure. It can be a bit annoying seeing that, but like, and then she's more like, she's very, very biased when it comes to the black fighters, always, usually in the past. So that kind of, I can never take her opinion seriously. But other than that, you can't deny she's good. she's good, and like I said, she only has 14 fights in the man's world. That would never work. You would never be called the greatest. But I mean, there's just not much competition for her here. So that's just the way that's the way it is. But yeah, guys, fight was kind of shitty. Wanted more, but you can't blame Claressa. Easy night in the office, and congrats to her. For that other girl, I think she came back from like a car crash, and she ballooned up to like 320 pounds or something like that. It was like kind of like an Errol Spence story mixed in with a Tyson Fury story. She had depression, so for her to come back from all that, and she did have the title, I guess you have to give her some credit. I just wish she put up more of a fight. I don't know what happened. Maybe she got caught cold, never could recover, I guess. So yeah, guys. Who do you want Claressa to fight next? To be honest, I don't know women boxing that much. All I know is Claressa. I know her name. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. What's that other girl's name from Australia? I know her. She's like the really good-looking one. She's like model material, literally. She does not look like a fighter at all. Her name's Sky, I think. Sky, what is it? I'll just quickly... Sky Nicholson, yeah. So she's pretty good. She's cute. But like I said, other than them, I really don't know women boxing as much. But I mean, when Claressa fights, I feel like Claressa is definitely the biggest name in women's boxing by far, because even the casual fans kind of starting to know her. Hardcore fans definitely all know her, whereas hardcore fans don't even know a lot of the women boxers. You know what I mean? Yeah, guys. So maybe she can fight one of them. I don't know. I don't know their weights, but I think they're all lighter than her. Oh yeah, Alicia Baumgardner's another one. But these girls, I think, are all smaller, right? So I think they're gonna have a tough time, to be honest. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys thought about the fight. And I thought Claressa Shields put on a very good performance, and she countered the girl perfectly. The right hand was just deadly, did all the damage. The second knockdown was hard right hand, really shook her, really snapped her jaw back, Vanessa's jaw back. And yeah, it was just you could just see the level of patience and timing of Claressa. It was just levels above the other girl. The other girl would just look like a standard, come forward, got some head movement maybe. Maybe I kind of got some powerful punches for you, but she didn't have that same, just didn't have the skills of Claressa and the timing. You know what I mean? The patience and just the IQ of the boxing ring, right? So congrats to Claressa, and this is Triple J Boxing. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. She cannot beat Keith Thurman.